Yo, did anybody else see the new Jamie Foxx stand-up special? I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of eerie, and I feel like he's kind of a paid actor. That's what he was given, that's the vibes. But yeah, guys, in this video, we'll be looking at some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that will make you question reality.
She said, go to sleep. The next morning, get up! God, you gotta get a bell around your neck or something. She said, look left, look right. Look up, look down. I said, you got that old Jamie Foxx in order for the new Jamie Foxx to walk out of here.
Yo, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what he just said at the very end of that? Man, look, when he told the story, I'm just like, yo, this not Jamie. Then he ain't got the tattoo on the back of his head no more. What happened with that? It's like they're trying to let us know something. And then it's the same thing that happened with Martin Lawrence. Y'all remember Martin Lawrence was going through some things in the early or late 90s, right? Going through some stuff. Next thing you know, he puts out a comedy special like this, dressed in the exact same outfit after he was hospitalized. Chi-Town, stand up. What's out here? I really don't see anything.
Okay, there's the moon.
There's the moon, yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, what is that? This is in Chicago? Oh, no, they in the Midwest now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 lights, 6 lights.
I didn't believe what I was seeing. But what was I seeing? We're here in central Jersey. We've been looking for the past hour. I think we've seen about 40 or 50 of these drones. In fact, there's one over my shoulder right there. One after another, these drones appeared in the night sky. If you look real close, they look like fixed-wing aircraft.
Right.
About 8 to 10 feet wide, colorful, white blinking lights.
That is not a plane.
Definitely not an airplane, but what was it? One of their officers called 911 after seeing 50 of them come off the ocean.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
And this is a sworn officer.
A sworn officer.
Bluebeam, Project Bluebeam. Aw, snap. I feel like we've been having drones in the sky, but yeah.
What is that?
It's definitely.
Oh, you see that?
What is that?
It's the same thing.
Ain't no alien.
So for all my conspiracy theorists out there, tell me you do not see that line going around the whole circumference of his head.
I do.
Where he previously had a tattoo right there. All right, so for those that say it was laser removed, his tattoo did not cover the whole circumference of his head. But yet this scar does. So y'all trying to tell me that that's the real Jamie Foxx, right? Okay.
Yo, it's giving Get Out. Israel drops earthquake. Boom. Dang. That's crazy. All right, let me read this. LeBron James, a close friend of Diddy, is stepping away from playing for the Lakers for personal reasons during what's been his worst season yet. Yo, ain't no party like a Diddy party. Y'all remember he said that? Struggling both on and off the court, LeBron has faced heavy criticism for attending Diddy's parties, while his social media company lost nearly $30 million last year and is set to lose even more. LeBron got a social media company? Or just media company? I read that wrong. I have no clue what that was. Sharkano? Mutant sharks. An acidic undersea crater. What? Those is the sharks from Wakanda Forever.
So mutated underwater lava sharks are now a thing. 2022, y'all. I guess NASA saw a volcano eruption that happened in the Pacific Ocean. They found that there was a bunch of sharks just living in the extremely volcanic, sulfur-induced, acidic water that were just mutated to cope. These are clearly regional variants of sharks that had Dragon Ball Z, sad anime backstories, and now they're just OP, just crazy strong. And they're just swimming around in lava water. Not literally, but they're mutated, and I assume they're buff. I assume all these hammerhead sharks got abs, 6-packs. Now they're just swimming around.
Yo, what was I think it was a cartoon years ago. They had action figures too, and it was the sharks, and they was walking, and it was buff. Yo, that's funny.
I wonder if they can just go out into the regular water and then they just be like Goku level smacking fish around, or do they have to stay in their hot tub? You know what I mean? They're volcanic sulfur water. Demon volcano sharks, y'all. Thank you, NASA, for protecting us from up above.
That is wild, man.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day.
That reminds me. Okay, so I want y'all to. They put out that article in. They put out that article in like 2022 about these demon sharks, but for some reason, well, I said demon sharks, these mutant sharks, but for some reason, we're just now hearing about it. I said Canada is going to become the 51st at Canada. What we have here.
Today you have the shit happens. Just make sure the plane you on is bigger than you carry on baggage.
Yo.
Just make sure the plane you on is bigger than you carry on baggage. Today you have the shit happens. Just make sure the plane you on is bigger than you carry on baggage. Everybody goes through stuff. Life is a gift, love, open it up. You're a child of destiny. You're a child of my destiny. You're my child, destiny child. That's a hell of a recipe.
That's crazy. It's crazy they can do all this. Wait, what? They say Malaysia Flight 370 landed? Can anyone confirm this?
A few months ago that Trump worked at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. And then just after the election, Trump, Elon, RFK Jr., and Don Jr. are pictured on Trump's plane eating what?
McDonald's.
Now you're putting it together. And what restaurant just so happened to have an employee who recognized Luigi called 911 where he was arrested?
McDonald's.
Uh-huh. And what restaurant routinely does promotional work with Monopoly?
McDonald's.
Now you're getting the picture.
Mm.
I know, it's pretty clear. Like, we're just supposed to believe that Luigi was carrying around Monopoly money. But there's one final piece that ties all this together. Oh, and by the way, did you see the video of the alleged shooting?
Yes.
Yeah, take a closer look. If the CEO was allegedly shot to death, then why don't you see any bullets coming out of the gun?
I think the bullets are just moving so fast that they're not visible.
Mm-hmm. And isn't that convenient if you want to stage a fake killing?
They have the CEO's body.
Do they? Oh, it makes me so angry. But this next part is what ties everything together. I'll have to fix that later. So the CEO was under federal investigation for insider trading. Who was he insider trading with?
I don't know.
Exactly. Nancy Pelosi. They don't want you to know. Former Speaker of the House, current Keeper of the Crypt, notorious for insider trading. She had ties to United Healthcare, amongst other trades.
Look at these carvings. No alarm, just lights. Those are all Teslas, ain't they? Them look like all Teslas. See, I don't want no Tesla. I feel like Teslas have a mind of them own, or like of their own.
I'll let you in on a little something, but I'm not gonna drop names.
Okay.
But I'll never forget. These are black producers. A guy named Kevin Brown and Andre Brown, and he was later on 30 Rock. But they would come to us and they would tell us about vanity and losing your mind in Hollywood and be careful. And they came back from Hollywood to try and expand us. And they sat us down and they're like, you ain't gonna believe what we saw. I'm like, what did you see? And they said, we saw so-and-so, huge name, so-and-so, huge name, and so-and-so, big name back in the day, chicken hawking at a party. And I went, what? See, you're white. I said, what's chicken hawking? Everyone like, he's white. He don't know chicken. I said, what's chicken hawking? That's when you hanging out with boys at a transvestites. I went, what? What? See, now you telling stories. Now you telling stories.
Yeah.
But I never forgot that. 3 years later, this name, ping. Huh?
Busted chicken hawking.
Chicken hawking. I ain't never heard that word. That's what. No way. You know, what if this is all just one big setup? You know, they just trying to set us up so that the alien invasion that they're talking about, like they are the aliens, like the government. You know what I'm saying? And they want to control us and scare us. So then they put on this fake blue beam presentation and they mess with the airwaves and the radio stations. And you start thinking, man, it's really aliens out here. It's mind control in a way. You know what I'm saying? And what if they're the ones that are just flying these ships and about to terrorize stuff and take over and enforce some type of new world order? I don't know.
I've done it. Right here, you heard it from me first. I'm blowing the lid off of this whole thing. Here is who is behind the drones over the East Coast. Now, repost this, share it before they take it down. The blacked out Suburbans, they're coming for me. Share it, because here it comes. You ready? Here is who is responsible for the drones over the East Coast. It is the healthcare industry. Follow along. So you've got the adjuster and the events that transpired over there in Manhattan. Now all of a sudden, there's this huge global spotlight on this long history of this industry putting profits over people. Now listen, they're not worried about lawmakers changing things to somehow fix this because there's too much money involved. But what they are worried about are people like the adjuster. You have all these people who have terminal diagnoses that aren't getting the help or the care or the treatment they need from this industry, this $7 trillion a year global industry. And now you have everybody cheering for the adjuster who goes and takes out one of these CEOs. So the money people, they're the ones that are concerned because they're afraid of copycats. You have people with nothing to lose that have a terminal diagnoses that are at the end, aren't getting the help they want, and they're afraid of copycats. And then you've had all this stuff in the news about UAPs and aliens and all this other stuff. So what do? The people who write the checks get with a U.S., maybe not a U.S., but they get with a private company, a private contractor, and they start putting up these drones. Look, these drones are not tactical in any way, shape, or form. They have government-regulated navigational lights, etc. These are drones that are probably used for like surveying, mapping, LiDAR scanning, things of that nature. These are not tactical drones, and they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there. They want to be seen. They're flying low speeds, low altitudes. They're a distraction, okay? Look here. Okay? It's all about misdirection, my friends. Misdirection. And when you do have one of these politicians coming out saying, oh, it's this evil government over here, this is where the drones are coming from, horse manure. Follow the money. Look and see who their biggest donators are, their biggest campaign donators are. Follow the money and you'll figure it out. Now, do I have any support for this at all? Absolutely not. You should not believe a word I'm saying. But, makes sense, doesn't it? Huh? There you go. Be prepared. But don't be weird about it.
What he said, don't be weird about it. Just be prepared. There's a mothership in our solar system shooting out seed pods.
You got to have these, some kind of weird confrontation, visible contention, which we could probably call in term combat, in the skies that will show up, and it'll show up at a predictable point, which is probably something over a month. And we'll put down 30 days or 39 days, something over a month after the temporal marker of Trump and Rogan. And that's just the beginning of all of this, right? So in my understanding of what we were looking at back in 2009, and I can't refresh because again we weren't able to keep any of that data. We ended up with a situation where, in my opinion, melee may be a couple of months past the visible contention point. The visible contention will go on, not continuously necessarily, maybe intermittently, and maybe sporadically in terms of where it's located. And then it will degenerate in one of these combat episodes or combat encounters into a melee. And in this sense, we may also find that at that period of time, just coincidentally, we got political chaos, and because we may be talking January, and we may end up with a melee itself on the ground, as above, so below kind of thing, right? But the melee in the skies was what was being forecast in 2009. It's odd that we didn't find a lot of references about crowds and their reaction. Okay, and it may be that you can't be in a crowd on the street in that period of time and be looking at the sky because there's a melee right around you, and you got to keep your eyes focused just to stay alive. We don't know what the conditions are going to be. Along with the melee and all this other stuff going on, the visible contention, and then whatever the hell is happening here on the planet, somewhere on Earth, a human or a group of humans, or maybe it's already been done and we'll find out about it in that period of time, they're going to discover this like intergalactic interweb, okay? So in other words, they will discover that there's communications going on constantly around us, and to a certain extent what we think of as Akashic records may be a concept that could be applied to vast galactic civilizations talking to themselves and to each other and putting data out in a particular space that is, in my opinion, I think it's transiting through hyperspace. I think that comes into it. But anyway, we'll discover this level of communications. And I'm of the opinion, I've got a couple of quick opinions that are going to annoy people, but I'm of the opinion that our discovery of that confirms to us why we annoy the UFOs. We'll discover this vast, incredibly deep, incredibly wide storehouse of knowledge. We won't be able to open it up necessarily right away, and like I say, we won't even understand what Pleiadian porn is when we see it. We might think it's a gardening show for all that. We just don't know. Anyway, so I think that is all coincident with the Melee set. So the Melee set is a temporal marker for the stuff that comes beyond it, and this is an intro into sci-fi world, as this understanding and being able to at least know that this giant internet is out there.
Where is this at?
These are the cuts themselves. Again, somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch in diameter, going straight through 1, 2, 3 of them. Examples of machining technology at work. Not modern machines, not dynastic Egyptian machines, but older machining technology by the Cometians. Now that, for example, you can see that's the end of where there was a saw cut of some kind, and this piece broke off. The diameter of that saw blade seems to be about 1/8 of an inch, and it's not a straight cut. We'll show that in other videos. What it is, it's a curved cut. So that could be evidence of the giant circular saw.
Yo, I was watching this guy, Bro Sanchez TV, and he was talking about the Ninja Star and how the Ninja Star was actually the first circular saw, and that's what they used back in Asia, in Angkor Wat, and in all of these places where you have these structures, is that they had the Ninja Star, the Naga Star, and that's what they used. I don't know. Anybody else know anything else about that?
The Boondocks creator dropped a truth bomb.
What people consistently underestimate today is how the nature of mass media has transformed society. 10 people control 90% of everything you see, read, and hear in this country. 10 people. Who are those 10 people? Well, you can look them up. They're not hard to find. That, in and of itself, is problematic. When you consider that these 10 people all need permission from the U.S. government in order to have licenses, in order to buy other corporations, in order to do all the nefarious things they like to do, then you really understand what state-run media is. If Martin Luther King were alive today and he were in his 20s, nobody would know who he was because he would never get on TV. That's the difference between 2003 and 1953 or 1963. We live in a completely different era where information is more tightly controlled than it has ever been in the history of this country.
And that's why they don't like TikTok.
That creepy man down the street named Benjamin. What if I told you he can watch you and see you? He's probably watching you right now and you don't even know.
Benjamin better not be watching.
This website gives live footage of cameras all around the world. You can go search any city, state, country, it doesn't matter. This is live footage from cameras that are in homes, baby rooms, cars, kids' room, and a lot of people don't even know they're being watched right now. And of course your creepy neighbor is not gonna tell you. This is some scary shit. You know that creepy man.
Ancestors' message.
Stop sitting here pretending to be something you know you not, you see. The energy and the power is within you. Listen to your ancestors. They will bring it up for you. There are mixtures that they're telling you to do. Listen to them, write it down, and do what they say. That energy is for you today. There's healing coming your way. Pay attention to it each day. Your ancestors are around you right now. They're telling you, listen close, and listen, this is how. Go out there and take a walk. Look at the trees as you walk about. Have a talk with the energy outdoors. Let it seep into you even more. Your ancestors want to be outside more. Listen to them.
What does it mean when a star seed shows up into your life experience, you see, into your existence, you see? A star seed showing up into your experience, your life experience as a spouse or as a child. What is this significant of, you see? Star seeds are powerful entities, powerful spiritual beings who incarnate into different dimensions to accomplish different missions, you see. They have a powerful spiritual purpose, you see. They are the torch carrier of the evolution of that divine mind, you see. They are teachers, you see, yogis, mystics, shamans, you see. What does it mean when one shows up in your life? What most star seeds do not know and do not realize is that they are universally wealthy and universally powerful, you see. The essence of the entire universe is functioning within their essence and within their being at a powerful level, you see. Wherever they incarnate, they come to shed abundance or to give abundance and to shed and to give light, you see. Any situation that they find themselves in, they have come to shed light upon it, or they have come to give abundance to it, you see, to contribute abundantly to it, you see. Any situation that they find themselves in, they have come to enrich that situation, you see. This is why a star seed or star seeds are drawn towards darkness, drawn towards poverty, you see, because they have come to bring light to it and abundance to it, you see. Every situation and every area, no matter where you find yourself, you have come to shed light and you have come to enrich that situation. And usually, starseed find themselves in extreme darkness, you see, extreme abuse.
But most people that have energy healing abilities have little moles and things like that on their hands. I don't know if you can see it right there. Most people that are psychics and channelers have moles around this area right here. Most people that have the gift of speaking and channeling have moles or birthmarks or little indentations around their mouth here, also in the throat area here. And most people that are here to be of service, that are helping to care and be of the community, spread love, every freaking little area in life, in the world, they're gonna have moles or little birthmarks, indentations around their heart space area here. For those of you that are here, meant to be a grounding anchor and light here on earth, are very much going to have moles, birthmarks, indentations, things of that nature near your butt, your root chakra. Okay. Most creatives are gonna have it near their sacral and solar plexus area. Is that you? Where are your moles? Show me. Okay. This is coming from a psychic medium energy here, animal communicator, and soul. If you want to know more about your gifts, book a reading with your girl at lightlanguagelove.com. Don't get scammed. I'm not going to reach out to you. That was a scammer report and block them. Okay, let me know in the comment section where are your moles and make the connections. You're welcome.
Listen, stop playing with people who have spiritual gifts. Stop playing with people who have a knack for intuition. Stop playing with people who have a knack for knowing, where God has employed some part of them where they see it in their dreams, they smell it, they sense it, they visualize it, they know what they know, they can hear it in your voice, they watch your body language, they ask you questions just to gauge whether it is or not you are being honest. So I'll say, and I'll reiterate again, stop playing with people who have spiritual intuition and connections, who know their body, who knows their mind, who knows what they see, and who sees you. It is best that you are honest and forefront with the people that God has aligned in your life, because they are there to help you along, not hinder you. Just be honest with people who have spiritual gifts. That's it.
This is why understanding you don't exist and nothing is real makes you God.
Time is not real. Let's break down the mental and physical aspects of it. Time, past, present, and future, they are all properties of consciousness. With the past being recollection, the future being anticipation, and now being the present moment. Time is the movement of your thoughts. There's no such thing as a universal clock. This scene in the movie Interstellar shows us how time dilation works. They landed on a planet where the gravitational pull was so strong that every hour they spent there was equivalent to 7 years on Earth. These are photons. This is light. The holographic matrix is inside a light. Your eyes absorb it, and the mind projects the world. If light could be a person, any clock you looked at would never move. Light does not experience time. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to wake you up. Reality is an illusion. This shit is all a dream. Using the interpretation of quantum physics, all matter in the universe is made of atoms. These atoms are made of 99.9999999% empty space. So with that being a fact, you have to question why reality feels so solid. This is because of the basic law of electrostatics. It's this repulsive magnetic force that makes reality feel real and stops your body from collapsing in on itself. And the atoms are made of energy that behave as particles and waves, meaning that particle me is here now, but the wave version of me doesn't exist as a localized point in space and time. The particles and energy that make up my body exist everywhere in a state of infinite potential. The dust I was before humans and Earth existed, me right now and every other stage of my life, and the pure energy I'm going to turn back into. It exists across the universe as possibility until I open my eyes and turn it into this observable situation, this moment. Let's get on some Matrix shit. This is video game coding. This is information. This is a bunch of shit you don't understand. That's reality, a bunch of energy, information, and potential. Shit we can't understand. We can still play the game because even though this is the game, this is what we see, understand, and operate in. You are the entire universe, but at the same time, the entire universe creates your mind. And it's your mind that you view the universe through. And because you're viewing it through your mind and not as it actually is, you're dreaming. This is an illusion, right? This is the true reality. Emptiness. Your mind creates space and time. Reality is energy, information, possibility, potential. It's not a solid physical thing. Everything, all of us are connected. Everything is one big giant consciousness, an infinite mind. I'm this eyeball, you're that eyeball. We're all just little pieces of it. But the entirety of it is you. You just don't know that. None of the words I'm using to talk to you right now actually mean anything. These are random vibrations that you're assigning concepts and labels to understand me. What I'm trying to say is our existence is a trip, and your faith in God doesn't have to be rooted in mythology, and you don't have to have blind faith in some deity outside of you. Through understanding science and psychology, you can dismantle your entire perception of reality and see what's left there when you do that. You are pure consciousness. You are everything in the form of you. Once you do that, you can finally detach from life and detach from yourself. That's the recipe. Once you transcend, all of the power is yours. I'm going to show you how to use it.
Nothing's even real. Yeah, man, nothing's even real, man. Everything's an illusion. Everything is just inside of our minds. It's kind of like the hologram theory, right? Our brain is a hologram piece of paper, and the light, that comes into our eyes gets put onto that hologram piece of paper, which is our brain. And then we see what's there, and that's also what creates memories. Because if you think about hologram paper, the hologram never leaves the paper. Even if you cut the paper up, the hologram will still be there on each individual piece of paper. It's just crazy to think about. But yeah, guys, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.